Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by again and checking out another real-time edit. Today I got this goofy hooded merganser drake that I just photographed the other day. These things are so silly when they're doing like courtship and swimming head on like this. They just look so silly. Anyway, the head on view, I'm going to go for perfectly centered left and right composition, but probably put the water line right in the center so we can kind of split that reflection in half. And then I guess I got to work on the level there. It's hard to say. He's got a little bit of a wake going in the water, but I think that kind of does it right there. So let's get that centered up again. And there we go. That's good. I think it's a little bit light on the highlight side there, so I'm just going to go a little bit darker with it and then just kind of lighten up the shadows over there. Maybe not that much. Maybe somewhere in there. I don't know. Let me get a little bit more out of the other side of the bird here, the shadow side. Just kind of pop the exposure a little bit there. There we go. I don't think I'm ever going to get like detail in here because it's just black and it's on the not light side. So, it's just in shadow. So yeah, I'm just going to go with a little bit darker moody image on this and then just kind of burn down that one little line up top there. There we go. I think that takes care of that. And everything else I think will happen in Photoshop at this point. So let's jump in there. Actually, I do want to get a little bit more detail back in the water here, the lighter water. So I'll open up a second layer and see if I can get some of that back. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if I want to go that far with all of that. Plus, I could probably use some of it in the hood there. Just amazing coloration on these ducks. They really are striking. All waterfowl look really weird head on though, I will say that. Anyway, let's stack those layers up. I'm just going to do a quick highlight selection here. That looks pretty good. Let's see how that works. Just to darken some of that down. Maybe a little bit of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, probably do this manually down here. So I don't want it to go gray, so I'm just going to leave it a little bit lighter. There we go. Same thing. So I want to get detail back, but watch, if I go too far with it, it just kind of looks funky as all hell. So no good there. And then, yeah, just manually take down some of this water. Get it a little bit darker. I like the tone value there, so that's what I'm trying to just kind of get the rest of this back to that same, close to same area of tonal value. It's a little bit dark on the edges. Oops. So that should probably look pretty good. Yeah, it's just, it's still bright, whatever, but I would have loved to have like just a nice clean wake line without that, but the bird's kicking a wake out behind it, so nothing much I can do about that. I can, however, tone down these spots. Whoa, wrong brush. I was wondering what was going on there. I just wanted to tone them down, not get rid of them entirely. And then maybe tone down that. Something like that. Maybe get rid of these real tiny ones. There we go. Oops. Not how I wanted it to look. Let's see. Line that up. Oh, what's up with the new Photoshop? Like, it's not showing me where my source is coming from. There's all kinds of weird stuff going on with this. It also doesn't like show me how my brush looks when I change the size and hardness of it. So I guess I got to figure some of that stuff out. Thanks, Photoshop, for changing everything up on me. Appreciate that. Trying to stay efficient, get work done. And I got to learn a bunch of new shit. Alrighty. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I like some of these spots. I don't know. Some of them are mildly distracting. Others I don't mind. So, yeah, something like that should be fine. Okay, I'll start dodging and burning. And then figuring out color. So I definitely want, I don't know that I don't want this white hood on this side to be quite as bright. This one still needs to come back a little bit brighter. I do, however, want the eyes and this eye to stand out a little bit more. Let's go even more with that. There we go. I actually don't mind the like the light hitting the bill there, but it's a little too blue, so I'll desaturate some of that. And some of these blues in the shadow of the bird there, just a little bit too blue. There we go. Oh, I guess I should take care of the eyes and the reflection as well, huh? Kind of match that up. Same thing on that side. Same thing there. Get that white to show just a little bit more. All right, that's looking pretty good. I want the background behind the bird to just be a little bit darker, but kind of on a gradient. So I'll drop that gradient in there and then mask out the hood. And look how pointy those feathers get up top. It's hilarious. Just going to use a selection method on the white parts of the hood there in a second after I just kind of bring back the middle and all that. So let's see. 100% opacity would be a little bit better. There we go. Let me see where else that's affecting. I don't want to darken any other parts of the bird. All right, let's grab the white here. That should be pretty easy. There we go. Get that selected. Paint it with black so I get rid of the effect. There we go. All right, just kind of mood up that background behind him a little bit more. And then I want to warm that bottom section a little bit, even more than it is. So add some color into that because I kind of like the colors that are shown in that reflection down there. A little bit right there. Oops, too much. And then I do think we're done. Yeah, you know what? One more thing. Let me add a little contrast. Let's pop the white markings on like the breast of the bird here. Just hit those. Oh, and that one is a little dirty there. Let's see if we can clean that up. Swimming through some junk. It's not the cleanliest of ponds that these birds hang out in. So there we go. All right, I think that about does it. So from that to that, yeah, nothing major, but definitely cleaned it up. Made it a little bit more dramatic, make those eyes stand out. And yeah, the shapes of like all these lines in the reflection are pretty cool, I think. So I'm happy with how that turned out. Let me jump back into Lightroom, show you guys total before and after here. The main difference is just going to be probably like just the composition as far as centering it up. I didn't nail it in camera. But yeah, see how that's a little bit more dramatic, and like this, especially that spot, it's just so bright. It was really screaming for attention. And now the brightest spot is right here, which is much better to have my eye go there than over to that. So there's the final image there. Nice, easy edit. Nice, quick one. Thanks so much for following along. If you're interested in learning how I do these edits, or if you want to ask some questions or get some feedback on your photos, or just learn step-by-step how to do Lightroom and Photoshop stuff, hit me up. Just get in touch. Go to rayhennessy.com. Check out the workshops menu. Go to online workshops. You can hit this remote training or Q&A section there, and that'll give you all the info about how to sign up and work with me for a remote session. The other thing I want to plug is the online bird photography course that I put together. It's a video course over 6 hours of footage, and I teach you everything I know about how I approach and do bird photography, diving deep into gear and settings, diving into gear outside of the camera. So, just clothing and other little things I use to help get photos the way I take them. And so the best way you can learn about that is to just visit my website here or go to learnbirdphotos.com. There's a whole itinerary there course outline of what is involved in this course, and you can sign up right there. So check that out. Thanks as always for following along, and I'll have another one of these for you next week.